Hi everyone, I'm Helen and this is Feet to Earth Yoga. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a traditional Hatha Yoga Sun Salutation or Surya Namaskar sequence that you can do. It's really lovely to practice first thing in the morning. And it's a really lovely way to warm up through the whole body. So we're not going to start off with any warm-ups. We're going to go straight into the practice. But if you feel like you need to do any stretches or a bit of cat-cow, you can of course take your time and do this. So we're going to be moving gently. All that we need for a practice is a blanket for under the knees. If you're on a hard floor like me, I always like to use one, and then we'll begin. Lovely, so I'm taking my blanket, I'm just going to place it in the middle of the mat. And I'm going to start off at the top of the mat and come into our Tadasana or mountain pose. So for mountain pose, bring your feet about hip width apart and really make that connection with the feet down into the floor. So press down through all four corners of your feet. Maybe you gently lift the toes and then release them down. Maybe you gently lift the heels and then bring them down. Bring your palms to face forwards and then gently roll the shoulders a few times, inhaling as you draw them up towards the ears and then exhaling as you draw them back and down. So just do that a couple of times if it feels good. And then come back to center. Take a nice deep breath in and a big breath out and find your body in a place of stillness. Keep pressing those feet down into the floor so much that you can feel the muscles in your legs activating. And then feel the gentle lift traveling up through the legs, through the abdomen, and then out through the crown of the head. You might like to set an intention for today's practice, and now is the perfect time to do this. So take a few moments. Perhaps you gently close the eyes. And then nice and slowly, when you're ready, bring your hands to your heart center and we'll begin with 3 Oms. So we'll inhale. Then gently draw the thumbs up towards the third eye and gently bow your head. Come back to center. And then slowly bend the knees, swoop the arms down and reach the arms up and overhead. I've got very low ceilings, so where you are, really reach up as if to touch the ceiling. Lift your gaze up towards your hands if it's comfortable for the neck, and then exhale, bring the hands down to your heart center. We'll do this about 5 or 6 times. Inhale, really bend the knees, swoop the arms out to the sides and really expand the lungs, reaching up. And then exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhale, bend the knees, swoop the arms up, really reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart. Move with your own breath. No need to wait for me. Lifting up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Inhale. And then this time we're going to press the palms together as we begin to bend the knees generously, sticking the tailbone out behind us and coming all the way into Uttanasana or forward fold. Now for me, I need to really bend my knees as I've got very tight hamstrings and low back issues, as you probably know. If you can have the legs a little bit straighter, amazing. Really just choose what's right for your body. You can also place the hands on the shins and have, if it's difficult to reach the floor, and be in this position. So this is our Uttanasana, forward fold. Now from this position, we're going to inhale, slide the hands up the legs and come to Ardha Uttanasana. So again, this is my version with knees bent to protect the low back. So if you have the tight hamstrings like me, this is a great position. Really hug the elbows in. Let your chest shine forwards, but look slightly down and forwards, really pressing the feet into the floor, as you can see, keeping the spine really nice and long. As we exhale, come all the way back down again. Really relax through the crown of the head. Then inhale in again, step the right foot back, big step back, and then bring that right knee down onto your blanket, nicely positioned there. And then lift up into your low lunge. For this first one, I'm really going to talk you through, then we're going to go a little bit faster. From here, we're going to inhale, lift the arms all the way up and overhead, reaching up those fingertips towards the ceiling. Pause here for a breath or two, and then exhale, lower the gaze, lower the hands back down to your heart center. As we exhale, plant the palms, curl the right toes under, lift the right knee, then slide the left foot back and come into downward facing dog. So for this first downward facing dog, probably a little bit stiff in the morning, we're going to really bend the knees generously. If you can bring the heels to the floor and have straight legs, make sure that your spine is really, really nice and long. And as you can see, I need to bend my knees to get that length. So choose what works best for your body. Be sure to really spread the fingers wide and press the chest gently back towards the thighs. Let the head and neck be nice and loose. Maybe you nod the head yes and shake the head no a couple of times. Create space through the shoulders and breathe. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale out. Now from this position, we're going to inhale, look forwards and shift the weight forwards into a high plank pose. Now we've got two options here. We can choose a vinyasa. So if this is in your practice, you can lower down into chaturanga, then come up into up dog, and then come back into downward facing dog. If you're a beginner and this is your first practice, I can show you a gentler version where we come down, then we go into cobra pose, and then up again into downward facing dog. So lots of options. Choose what works best for you. So we're in our plank pose. So I'm going to show you this version. So we bring the knees down and then we begin to bend the elbows out to the side. It's a version of knees, chest, chin, which is a bit gentler on the low back. And then begin to lower your chest down and forwards, and then slide it forwards as you slide your legs through. Don't worry if you don't get it first time. You've got lots of time to practice. Then rest the forehead on the floor. Bring your feet about hip width apart. Hug the elbows in. Really switch on those legs, so gently pressing down through the tops of the feet and the pubic bone, really important there. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears and then back and down, so you've got lots of space between the ears and the shoulders, lots of length in the back. When you're ready, really switching those legs on, super important here. We're going to inhale, lift the head, maybe a bit of the chest, and just look slightly forwards. Exhale, slowly come down. That's our cobra. Now from here, we'll curl the toes under, we'll press back up to this position to begin with, and then lift the hips up and back with the knees bent and come into downward facing dog. Lovely, pedal your feet here, take a nice deep breath in, and a big breath out. Lovely. And then we'll take a nice big step forward with the right foot, bring the left knee down, and we'll lift up into our low lunge on this side. So straight away lifting up, reaching up, gazing up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Now if that feels too much, you can just keep the hands on the hips. You can also sink a little bit deeper into that low lunge. So always choosing what's right for you and what's right for your practice. If you've got low back injuries, I'd suggest keeping the hip stacked over the knee. So you've got a nice long line of energy. Because if you come forward, sometimes that can put a bit of pressure on the low back. So just be very, very mindful there. Okay, so we've come from arms up, hands to heart center, folding forwards, curl the left toes under, lift that left knee, and then this time we bring a bounce into that back foot, step it forwards and allow the crown of the head to come down, Uttanasana. Inhale, lifting up to Ardha Uttanasana. Don't forget to hug the elbows in, nice length through the spine. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, bend the knees, swoop the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Lovely. So I've given you a couple of options there. We're going to keep moving and flowing. I'm going to choose the knees, chest, chin to cobra option. You might like to choose chaturanga, up dog to down dog. So I'll say you can choose your vinyasa. That's what I'll say. And you can choose your options there. Always practice safely and really listen to your body. And we'll continue. So in our Tadasana, take a nice deep breath in and out. When you're ready, inhale, bend the knees, swoop the arms up and overhead, reaching up. Then exhale, palms pressed together. We bend the knees generously, folding forwards into Uttanasana. Relax through the crown of the head. Inhale, lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, come all the way down. Bring your fingertips to the mat. This time we step the left foot back, left knee comes down. Inhale, straight away, lift the arms up and overhead. Bring the palms together, lift your gaze up towards the palms. Pause here for a breath or two. And exhale, lower the gaze, lower the hands to heart center. Exhale again, fold forwards. Curl the left toes under, lift the left knee. Slide the right foot back and come into downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in and out. When you're ready, inhale, look forwards. Shift your weight forwards, choose your vinyasa. I'm lowering my knees down, lowering the chest down, coming all the way down for a cobra. Relax the forehead on the floor, hug the elbows in, perhaps you roll the shoulders up and then back and down the spine. Really switch on the legs, press down through the pubic bone and the tops of the feet. Inhale, lifting up. Maybe come slightly higher, but be really mindful. And exhale, slowly come back down. Curl the toes under, press into your hands and your knees. And then lift the hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in and a big breath out. Lovely. From here, we're going to take a big step forward with the left foot. Bring the right knee down and lift up straight away into your low lunge. Reaching the arms up, lifting the gaze, pausing here for a breath or two if it feels good. And then exhale, lower the gaze. Lower the hands to your heart center. Exhale again, folding forwards. Curl the right toes under, lift the right knee. Step the left foot up. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, press the feet into the floor, lift up to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, come all the way back down. Inhale, bend the knees. Lifting all the way up, reaching up. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Lovely. We'll keep moving with the breath. Take your time. Focus on the movement with the breath. Inhale, bend the knees, swoop the arms all the way up, reaching up, press the palms together. Exhale, folding forwards. Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, come all the way back down. Come onto your fingertips, step the right foot back, bring the right knee down. Inhale, straight away, lifting up into low lunge. You could sink a little bit deeper here if it feels good, or keep the hip over that knee. On your next exhale, lower the gaze, lower the hands down to your heart center. Plant the palms, curl the right toes under, lift the right knee, slide the left foot back to downward facing dog. Pedal the feet if you need to a couple of times. Breathing in and breathing out. Then inhale, look forwards, shift the weight forwards into your plank, choose your vinyasa. I'm bringing my knees down, lowering the chest down and sliding onto the belly. Bring the forehead to the floor, really bring the feet about hip width apart, switch on the legs, press down through the pubic bone and the tops of the feet. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears, back and down. Really hug those elbows in. And lift up into your cobra. Maybe you come slightly higher. Maybe you don't listen to your body. Exhale, come down. Curl the toes under. Press into your hands and your knees. Lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Pedal the feet again if it feels good. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Then inhale, take a big step forward with your right foot. If it doesn't make it all the way, hold on to your ankle and just give it a lift forward. I had to do that for quite a while in the beginning when I started my practice. Then inhale, step the left foot forwards and come into Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, come all the way back down. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up and overhead, reaching up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Lovely, pause here in Tadasana. Find your breath. Find a moment of stillness here. To make that connection again with your feet into the floor as you relax the shoulders down and you lift up through the crown of the head. Lift the chest gently up towards the thumbs and breathe. Then inhale, bend the knees, swoop the arms down. Lift them all the way up, reaching up towards the ceiling. Then exhale, press the palms together, bend the knees generously, coming into forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, come all the way back down. Come onto your fingertips, step the left foot back, bring the left knee down. Inhale, straight away, lifting up into our low lunge. Lift the gaze, pause here for a couple of breaths. If it feels good, you could come into a slight back bend, but be really mindful. Then exhale, lower the gaze, lower the hands back down to your heart center. Exhale, come forwards. Plant the palms, curl the left toes under, lift that left knee, and then slide the right foot back, coming into downward facing dog. Pedal the feet, or just come into your dog. Take a nice deep breath in, and a big breath out. Lovely. Then when you're ready, inhale, shift the weight forwards, coming into your plank pose. Then exhale, bring the knees down, slide through, choose your vinyasa. Inhale, lift up into your cobra, and exhale, come back down. Curl the toes under, lifting back up. Inhale, lift the hips, come back to your down dog. Then inhale, take a big step forward with your left, give it a helping hand if you need. Right knee comes down. Inhale, lift up into your low lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center. Come forward, curl the right toes under, lift the right knee. Take a big step forwards and come into your Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, come all the way back down again. Now this time we're going to take a big step back with the right foot and the left. Bring the knees nice and wide, bring the big toes to touch and sink back into extended child's pose. So relax the forehead on the mat. Keep the arms extended if it feels good for the shoulders. If you want something a bit softer, you can bring the arms behind you and just relax here. Or you can bring Namaste, palms together up and overhead. Always lots of options. You can bring a cushion under your head if it feels good. Wherever you are, make sure you feel nice and comfortable and that you can relax. Allow your breath to begin to soften and slow down. Allow all of the muscles in the body to begin to slow.
might choose to spend a bit more time here if time allows, just allowing everything to really slow down. But for now, I'm going to begin to bring my hands forwards and gently press the palms into the mat. I'm going to pause here, really pressing the palms down, and then just lifting my gaze, my chest forwards, coming into this kind of froggy position as if I'm going to spring forwards, just stretching through the front of the body and gently through the spine. Then begin to walk the fingertips back in towards the body. You can swing your legs around and come into a cross-legged seat or kneel like me, and we'll finish our practice together. So we'll inhale, lift the arms up and overhead, reaching up, and then exhale, bring the hands to your heart center. We'll finish with an Om and 3 Shantis. Inhale when you're ready to join me. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Slowly bring your thumbs to your third eye between the eyebrows and gently bow the head. Remind yourself of your intention if you set one today. And give gratitude and thanks for this short morning practice for your body. Thank you so much, everyone. That ends our practice together. So please let me know what you thought of this very short sun salutation sequence, and I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to join me for live online Zoom classes, you can follow the link to my website below or visit my website below, and yeah, get in touch, let me know what you think, and I hope you have a really wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.